Being an entrepreneur is like jumping off a cliff and trying to build your parachute on the way down. Your income and your future life depends on your ability to solve problems. If you cannot solve problems, then you are screwed. It's as simple as that. So in this video, I'm going to give you a framework that will solve any problem. And I mean that. Any problem you come across, day or night, how big or how small, it doesn't matter. This will blow your mind, and this is something that you will have not seen anywhere else, and I promise. So let's get into this. Now, essentially, the framework I'm going to be covering is called the Cynefin framework. Now, the Cynefin framework is a problem-solving mechanism or tool that helps you put situations into 4 domains defined by cause and effect relationships. Now, if that sounds complicated, do not worry, because I'm going to explain this very simple. Now, as mentioned, this is a framework. It's important you watch all the way through, otherwise it simply will not make sense and you will not be able to solve whatever problem you're experiencing right now. So, first of all, before we actually get into any fancy things for solving your problem, we actually need to first identify what stage your problem is at. So first of all, there's 4 stages that you could be dealing with right now when it comes to the problem you're facing. So it could be simple, complicated, complex, or chaotic. Now I'm going to give you real life examples and business examples for each of these so you can quickly define where you're at and where your problem stands in terms of these 4 stages. So simple. I'm going to give you an example for real life first. So a simple problem would be, let's say your phone runs out of battery. It's a very simple solution. You get your charger, or you get your, a charger obviously, and you plug it into your phone. And boom, you've solved the problem. Now, for a business example, let's say you're running cold emails. And for some reason, let's say your cold emails do not end up in the leads inbox. So you've got a deliverability problem. None of your emails are sending. That is a very simple solution, because there can only be really one variable or factor for why your emails aren't ending up in your prospects inbox. And that's because of your domain, like your DNS records. You probably haven't set them up correctly. So that is a simple problem. A complicated problem, let's say your phone has a glitch. Let's say, something's not working, it's not turning on, even though you've charged it. That is a complicated problem because you probably can't solve it yourself, but you can get the opinion or someone else to solve it for you. So what you would do, you would go to the repair shop or the store and they would fix your phone for you. So it's still relatively easy, but you may need external help. Now, a complex problem would be one in which there are like multiple variables. So I can't think off the top of my head what I'm going to say for this one, but okay, let's say appointment setting. So let's say your emails, I'm just going to use cold emails as an example just because it flows, but let's say your cold emails end up in your prospect's inbox. So the deliverability is good now, but let's say you aren't booking meetings. That could be multiple variables. It could be your copy, it could be your subject line, it could be your lead quality. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. So there probably is, but you get the point. There's so many variables involved that it's now a complex scenario. And chaotic is right at the bottom because hence the name. If you get into a chaotic situation, you're kind of screwed. not fully. Obviously, there's not too much you can do. And an example of this one would be, let's say, when Meta, and let's say the servers went down. I think this was like a few years ago when like WhatsApp went down, Instagram went down, Facebook went down, or let's say X, beforehand was Twitter. Let's say their servers went down. That would be an example of a chaotic situation. A business example, let's say you're running ads for a client, you're spending a lot of money, but then your ads manager shut down, or something happens that's going to out of your control. No matter how much help, it's still going to sort of be a pain. And when it comes to chaotic situations, there's going to be something that's going to suffer. Either it's relationships or monetary, so money. So it's unlikely you're dealing with this problem, because you probably wouldn't be watching this video right now if you were in that bad of a situation. Or it wouldn't be this video because it would be very niche, meaning that you'd search on YouTube for that problem, and it probably isn't simple because, once again, it's a very easy thing to fix, unlike this one, but this one's too far gone. So my point is that the problems you're dealing with right now are either going to be complicated or complex. So now we've defined, we've got a lot closer to defining what problem you're dealing with right now. Now we need to put it into 4 domains. So what do I mean by a domain? I basically just mean a simple box, essentially, in which we can have more clarity around whatever problem you're dealing with. So you should have an idea right now about whether it's complicated or complex. It'll probably be complex or complicated, as I just said. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually explain this very simply, or as easy as I can. I'm going to do a line down here and then a line across here. So first of all, right, we've got our 4 domains, 1, 2, 3, and 4. What we need to do now is we actually need to define the specific problem. We know the stage of problem, so number 2 is like stage. Number 1 is specific. Number 3 is variables, so the actual variables and factors involved in your problem. And then number 4 is other perspectives, very important. So other perspectives. So once again, keep watching, because this is going to solve any problem you're currently dealing with. So for specific, what do we write here? We basically want to list out what your problem is. Now, let me use a business example. Once again, you have to be specific here, because if you can't get clients, or you can't make money, or you can't get sales in your online business, which most of you watching this video are either running an online business or starting an online business. Maybe it's an agency, maybe it's coaching, I don't know. But you have to be specific. You can't just say your problem is not being able to get clients, because that's too vague. Let's say you're doing Instagram B2B outreach. Let's say you're doing outreach on Instagram and it's not working. That is a good specific problem to have. So let's put IG for Instagram, and let's put outreach. So my board is moving quite a bit, which is annoying. I should probably get something to, that's a problem within itself, I don't know how I'll be able to solve that one. But anyway, so you've got Instagram outreach. Let's say that is your problem. I don't know. You would write this down in the 4 domains. Now, stage 2, now you should be able to, from the step we've done prior, you should know what stage it is. So let's say it's complex, because there's a lot of variables involved. Complicated is usually 2 variables. Complex is like way more than 2 variables. So the variables for why your Instagram outreach may not be working, it could be your profile. Maybe you've got a bad Instagram profile and it doesn't resonate with your niche. Or maybe you don't have any photos on there, or professional photos, or lifestyle photos. Maybe number 2 could be a volume. Maybe you're not sending enough messages. Number 3 could be your copy. Number 4 could be your offer. Number 5 could be maybe you're getting restrictions in terms of how many messages you can send by Meta or Instagram. And there's probably more. If you were to think about it, there's probably a few more variables involved for why you're struggling with this problem, Instagram outreach. Just an example. Now, other perspectives. What can you do or who else can you bring in to give you an opinion on this? So it could be, one is obviously yourself. So you've got yourself. That's spelled it wrong. Number 2, maybe you have a coach. Number 3, maybe you've got like another friend who's in the space. Spelled that wrong as well. And maybe number 4, I don't know. Someone, yeah, I don't know. So that is what you need to do. You need to put these 4 stages and list out, not 4 stages, you need to create these 4 domains, and you need to put specific stage, variables, and other perspectives. Now, once you've done that right, what we're going to do is we're going to rub this out, and I'm going to show you how you solve this problem right now. So I'm going to rub this out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little diagram for you on how we solve this problem. And it's essentially a fish. It should look like a fish bone. This could go very wrong. I'm just going to do a line actually, which is not the straightest line. And I'm going to do like that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. That. Okay, so you probably want to, it should look like a fish. That doesn't really look like a fish, but the point remains the same. So we've got your variables, which on this axis. You've got your problem, which is on this axis. So let's say we're doing the Instagram outreach. You can't get meetings, or you can't do that as an example. But once again, you would find your problem, make sure it's specific. You would write it here, and then you would put the variables as we just put into the one of the 4 domains. So one could be your profile. One could be your... Look, I even forgot another variable, see? Like, one of the other variables you could have said of why your Instagram outreach isn't working is because the lead quality, which is massive, because if you want to know the main reason why people don't succeed with outbound, it's lead quality, their first impression when a lead clicks on your profile. So, and then it's probably, I don't know, maybe, your copy or speed to lead. But the most important factor is actually the lead quality, because nothing matters if your lead quality is bad, which people don't think about. So you would write all your factors, so lead quality. My neck is in, insane amounts of pain right now from looking like this angle, but it's all good. The things I do for YouTube. So hit the subscribe button and like if you haven't and you've gotten this far. So lead quality, profile, let's say copy, so your actual what you say to the leads. Let's say, I don't know, you get the point. There could be so many different reasons for why this problem, I can't even remember what I said before, but so now what you want to do is you want to have about 3 sub-factors. So once again, write 3 sub-factors or subtopics, and what you're going to do is you're going to list out, I don't know if you can see this low, oh you can, that's great, why. So each one of these subs are going to be why. Why is your profile bad? Maybe you're scared to post on your Instagram, or maybe you're scared for your friends or whoever else to see that you're doing this online business. Maybe you don't know what to post. Maybe you don't know how to post. So, okay, there's my lid gone. But basically, you get the point. You're going to list out why. Why could this be the problem for each one of these things? Lead quality. Maybe you don't know how. So how? Maybe you don't know, that sort of links to it. But you get the point. You're going to list out why for each of the variables involved. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow you to get to the root cause, the root problem. Very important you get to the root problem, because most people don't have clarity around this. So just by doing this exercise of what we've already done so far, you're going to have a way better understanding of why you're not succeeding. But once you do this and you actually put why for each of these variables, you're going to have so much clarity around the problem you're dealing with. So that is what you need to do. And once again, this is going to help you get to the root problem, basically, or the root cause of why you're not being able to solve this problem once and for all. So that should help. And in case that didn't help and you still don't know, it's very similar to first principles thinking, which I'll probably make another video on soon. Principles. So first principles thinking. This is another way of thinking that billionaires use. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. And it's essentially, you have your problem. Let's say your problem's here. You basically want to boil it down. So you keep going down until you find the root. So let's say you struggle with sales. What can we say about sales that is fundamentally true? So what can I say about sales that you cannot disagree with? Well, I could say that sales is getting a prospect to say yes to buying my services. You can't disagree with me. That is what sales is. So you'd write that down. Then you would say, how do we get a prospect to say yes? So one thing that you could argue is fundamentally true is that people buy with emotion and then justify with logic. So how do we get emotion? We ask better questions. How do we ask better questions? You know your niche better. How do you know your niche better? You do market research, and just before you know it, you've solved your problem. Now that works for getting when you're on sales calls, but likewise, you could use first principles thinking to solve your problem of Instagram B2B outreach, which we just talked about. So actually, I don't even need to rub this out. So let's say you can't book meetings in the Instagram DMs or whatever you're doing to try to get clients, content or paid ads. I'm just using Instagram as an example. So what can we say about appointment setting that is fundamentally true, something you can't disagree with? Once again, it's getting a prospect to agree to get on a meeting. That is appointment setting. How do we get a prospect to agree to get on a meeting? We need to create some type of resonance. So what is resonance? It's essentially finding your niche's problem and saying to your niche that, look, I know you've got this problem and I've got a solution. And if you do that, then they're going to say yes. Or if they have enough pain and their action threshold for getting on meetings, or their human behavior or buying tendencies are good, then they're going to get on a meeting, basically. So we essentially boil it down to the core truths. Very important. So that is essentially how you solve problems in this short YouTube video. And if you found this video helpful, literally all I ask in return is that you like the video and you subscribe, please. So that is very important. I also post daily updates on my Instagram, so that'll be in the description. Follow me on there. You can, learn more about me and what I like to do, which I'm sure you do not give the slightest shit about, but I thought I'd plug it. And then also, if you want to actually join a community of thriving agency owners, coaches, and entrepreneurs, then I'll also leave a link in the description. And that community is the greatest of them all for the price, obviously. So for a meal, right, for the price of a meal, I'm going to give you coaching, accountability, done for you automations, free Go High Level, which is a software to send emails, cold call, send SMS, all that good stuff. So you can do everything from one place inside the community. You're also going to get actual content, so way more in depth than this, on how to get clients, scale your online business, and just make your life 10 times easier and save probably 2 years of your life, because I wish I had the same thing. And you also get access to me. So if you want that, then I'll leave a link in the description. It's on School, if you don't know what that is. Sam Ovens, he made it, and then Alex Hormozi basically became an investor, or a partner, I should say. And yeah, so that's my plug, my shameless plug out of the way. If you don't want to do that, or if you decide that it's not for you, that's totally fine. You can subscribe for free. That would help me out. And enjoy more of my content, because I'm going to be posting an absolute shit ton of value in the next, coming weeks, months, probably years, to be honest. So yeah, stick around. It's going to be exciting. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.